Hey guys and girls, welcome back. And we're talking about problem number 14 from our ACT quiz from our bell ringers. And this one gives us a system of equations, and it's our job to figure out what the solution of this system might look like. And if you look at this correctly, you can diagnose this problem in all of 5 seconds. The way we would do that is look at the ratio of the x coefficients to the y coefficients, and we would see that it is -2 to 1 in both of these equations. And if that's the same ratio, -2 to 1 or -4 to 2, right? That's the same ratio. What that means is there is a number that we can multiply one left-hand side to get the other left-hand side. So multiply equation 1 by -2. And when we do that, we'll multiply every coefficient by -2. So we'll end up with -4x plus 2y equals -14 for our first equation. And we're going to leave our second equation alone. So that is going to be -4x plus 2y equals 2. Now, let's suppose we've got a pair of numbers, x and y, and we plug them in and they meet the first equation. Well, there is no way that -4x plus 2y could both be equal to -14 and +2. That is just impossible. So we know that there is no solution to this system. The equations are inconsistent. And we've used that word in other situations. So if there was a student who was doing what they were supposed to be doing at lunch hour and just going to the cafeteria and eating their lunch, and somebody said to the administration, no, 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 I saw them at the same time at 11:30 vaping in the boys' room. Those two things are inconsistent. So if we have video of a student being right there in the lunchroom at 11:30, we know that whoever was saying that that individual was in the boys' bathroom for the TikTok vape party is making something up. So we would be able to eliminate that as a truthful option because we know that that is inconsistent. The individual in question could not be in two different places at the same time. And if we have evidence that they are in one place, it's impossible for them to be in the other. This is the same idea with this system of equations. It is impossible to have two numbers work out such that -4 times the first number plus twice the second one is both -14 and +2. So let's just see what it is we could do if we were to graph this system of equations. So let's think about equation 1, and let's get the x-intercept. And that would be negative 4x plus 2 times 0, because we're going to plug in 0 for y, which that is just 0, is equal to negative 14. Well, this would give me x equals 7 halves. And then the y-intercept, well, 2y equals negative 14. Y would then be equal to negative 7. And if I know the x-intercept and the y-intercept, I know that 2 points on a line would uniquely define the line. And I'm going to come down here to negative 7 and go over here to 7 halves. And I have plotted the x and y intercepts of this line, and then I get to draw my line through there. And now let's plot the second equation. Let's see. Let's plot our second equation, and let's do that right here. Let's go right here. Okay, so the second equation is negative 4x plus 2y equals 2. And what we would have is, for the x-intercept, negative 4x equals 2. That gives me x equals negative 1/2. So I'm going to just locate on the second line x equals negative 1/2. That is our x-intercept for line number 2. And then for the y-intercept, what we would have is 2y equals 2. When we plug in 0 for x, that's what we're left with. 2y equals 2, y equals 1. And let's plot that second point up here. So this is 1. And let's just put our straight edge down between those 2 points and draw our line through those 2 points. And if we do that, we would recognize very quickly that these 2 lines have the same slope. This one goes over 7 halves and up 7, like so. So this is 7, this is 7 halves. And the slope of this line, that's line 1, we would say that is 7 divided by 7 halves, which is going to just be 2. And then when we come over to this line, we go to the right by 1/2, and the line goes up by 1. So the slope of the second line is 1, which is the rise, divided by 1/2, which is the run, and that's going to give me a slope of 2. So if you take a look at these 2 lines, you can see, hey, they have the same slope. They have different y-intercepts. So now let's think about this. These are always 8 units apart vertically in the coordinate plane. So this is telling us that, first of all, these 2 lines could never occupy the same point in space. They can never intersect. And because they could never intersect, there is no set of numbers that would fit both of these equations at the same time. So with that, we have a graphical way of looking at this system, and knowing that this system of equations has no joint solution. So with that, we know the lines are parallel. We know there is no solution. We know the equations are inconsistent, and all three of those things mean the same thing. There is no solution to this system of equations in X and Y. That's all I've got for this video. Thanks for watching.